Hello students, as we were doing modal verbs, we have done it into parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Now we are here. We are going to begin the next one. So, we were doing modal verbs. What are modal verbs? Modal is a type of auxiliary helping verb which is used to express as ability, possibility, permission or obligation. And these are used to express same things as modals, but these are the combination of auxiliary verb and prepositions too. The modals and the semi-modals in English are can, could. We have done this. May, might. We have done this also. We were on shall and should. So now move to shall and should. We were here. Here. We were here on the next page, that is shall and should, ought to. To offer of assistance or polite suggestion, we use shall, should and ought to. Okay. To offer assistance or polite suggestion, shall I, may I, have you, as we have done, may I come in? Okay. Can I help you? May I help you, or can I just take your car? So here shall, should and ought to. Assistance or polite suggestion. What is the formula? The formula is shall plus subject plus base form of the verb. Shall we go for a walk? It's a suggestion. Shall we go for a walk? Shall is only used with I or we. It is used instead of will only in formal English. You notice that we use shall with I and we. Next, to offer our assistance or polite suggestion when you are not sure of a positive answer, like should plus subject plus base form of the verb is a formula. Here, should I call a doctor? I don't know whether you want or not, but as per condition I want to ask. A prediction or expectation that something will happen, then we use should. Should, shouldn't plus base form of the verb. The proposal should be finished on time. It shouldn't be late. The train usually arrives on time. Okay. We use should and shall to give advice. Here we are talking about should or ought to plus base form of the verb. You should check that documents before you send it out. You ought to have your car serviced before the winter. You ought to have your car serviced before the winter. Or we use should to give some advice, like about something you think wrong or unacceptable. Shouldn't plus base form of the verb. James should not teach him words like those. Okay. So here is the exercise given. So we use should. For what? We use should to give some advice. We use should to predict something, or for when there are expectations, and to offer assistance whether the answer will be positive or not. Okay. And if you know that the answer will be positive, still you use shall to offer or assistance or polite suggestion. So here this is shall and should. Now these are the sentences. He shouldn't encourage such bad behavior. Okay. You blank get your teeth cleaned at least once a year. You should. The house blank be ready to move into by next month. Shall be. It is almost finished. Ron blank to improve his attitude. Here the sentence is something is wrong here. If he doesn't, he might get fired. Shall to and should to will never come. Okay. If I talk about shall to and should, then this is wrong. But whenever to is there is only one possibility of the answer, that is ought. Because to is always come with ought only and nothing else is there. Only ought come. Because to is here, then ought will come. Blank I get your jacket, it's cold in here. So shall I? Okay. You blank put your feet on the table, it's not polite. Okay. means you should put your feet on your table. Now we are going to learn the new models like must, have to, need to, don't have to, and need not to. Look here, we are doing positive and as well as negative aspect at the same time. Must, have to, don't have to, need to, and don't need to. Need not to or needn't to. Necessity or requirement, present or future, we'll talk about. Must, have to, need to plus base form of the verb. First of all, we are talking about the present and the future form. Okay, you must have a passport to cross the border. Obviously, if you want to cross the border, you must have. So see, it is necessity. It is must for you. Elizabeth has to apply for her visa by March 10th. So has to, because has is the singular form of have, and here has will come. Next, I need to drop by his room to pick up a book. I need to. Then past form of this has, have. Past of have is had, and need is needed. So had to, needed to plus base form of the verb. I had to work late last night. I needed to drink a few cups of coffee in order to stay awake. Okay? Have to and need to are often used in the same context, but many times need to is used to express something that is less urgent, something in which you have a choice, something in which you have a choice. Next is in most 100% certainty. When the condition is of 100% certainty, you will use must plus base form of the verb, as we have already seen the example of must. Thomas has lived in Paris for years. His French must be very good. Thomas has lived in Paris. When you lived in a particular place, then somehow or anyhow you come to know, you learn the language of that area. To persuade, must, have to, base form of have. You must try this wine, it's excellent. You have to visit us while you are in town. Somewhere in the condition, next we are going to do this, somewhere in the condition of prohibition or forbidden. Must not, mustn't, base form of the verb. You must not drive over the speed limit. You must not leave medicines where children can get to them. Okay? You must not drive over the speed limit. You must not leave medicine where children can get to them. The next point is lack of necessity. Don't, doesn't, didn't, have to, or base form of the verb plus base form of the verb. This is the rule. So how we will frame the sentence? Like examples are: you don't have to park the car. The hotel valet will do it for you. You don't have to park the car. The hotel valet will do it for you. Tim doesn't have to go to school today. It's a holiday. You didn't have to shout. Everyone could hear you. Needn't plus base form of the verb is the next rule. You need not worry about me. I'll be fine. You need not worry about me. I'll be fine. Okay. Here exercises: must, have to, need to, don't have to, and needn't. There may be more than one correct answer. Shira doesn't have to drive to the airport. She is going by taxi. You must speak politely to the customers. You blank tell Anna about the party tomorrow night. It's a surprise. What will come? You must not tell. Okay. Tina blank register for her classes on Monday, otherwise she won't get a place in them. Sheena have to register for her classes on Monday. Sorry, has to. Tina has to register for her classes on Monday. Have to we use with plural nouns. Here Tina is singular, so we will use has to. You sent that fax. I have already sent it. You don't have to send that fax. I have already sent it. Next, a dog blank gets special training in order to be a guide dog. A dog blank get special training in order to be a guide dog. This is something special. If you want to do that, then it is must for him. A dog must get. Okay. Jeremy blank get up early tomorrow. His classes was cancelled. Doesn't have to. Jeremy doesn't have to get up early tomorrow. His classes was cancelled. Now the next topic we are going to start, that is will and would. The next model, will and would. John will pick you up at 7 a.m. Beth won't be happy with the result of the exam. When we talk about the polite request or statement, will, would plus base form of the verb. Will you please take the trash out? Would you mind if I said here? I would like to sign up for your workshop. So, when there is future, polite request or statement, would you please do it? Whenever you visit to restaurant or somewhere to have your food, then always what is being asked? Would you like to have something? Water, or what would you like to have, sir? Am I right? Habitual past action, would or wouldn't. The rule is would, wouldn't plus base form of the verb. When I was a child, I would spend hours playing with my train set. Peter would not eat broccoli when he was a kid. He loves it now. Okay. Would and wouldn't base form of the verb. When I was a child, I would spend hours playing with my train. Peter wouldn't eat broccoli when he was a kid. He loves it now. So here this is the last exercise that you will do on your own. Do it, solve it, write the answer and show it to me. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. We will meet in our next class on the same topic, which will be models, where we will discuss it more.